Hi there, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading for May 1st to 15th, 2022. This is a general reading focusing on what is most important for you to know during this time frame. We're just going to get started with an overall energy for the 2-week time period. See what you've been experiencing here or what you may be experiencing in the near future. And we have 2 coming out. So we have grounding, so root chakra. So you might be needing to, find some grounding, pay more attention to your body, that kind of thing, and maybe be overcoming fear, giving yourself to others, that kind of thing. And then we have the heart chakra coming out here, loving relationships. So this could be a time for where you let the love flow. You can be, forgiving of yourself and others, but we'll read the messages here after we get to your reading. So we'll get some cards of clarification and a card of advice here near the end as well. And we're just I want you to think of a question. By the time we get to the outcome card, I'll tell you if that card means yes or no. In answer to your question, that's too many. So just look at your current energy, Scorpio. What is going on with you in your current energy? Let's have a look at your current energy. What is happening for Scorpio in the current energy? And we have this card coming out, and we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. So I feel like you feel like, maybe you're keeping to yourself a little bit. You're not really putting yourself out there with friends, that type of thing. You're not really up for celebrations with that 3 of Cups in the reverse. You're not wanting things to come back from the past. Mercury is in retrograde. I believe it goes tomorrow. It starts into its retrograde. So I think that's till mid-June sometime. So, you don't really want anything to repeat from the past. And these cards are just all falling out. Twice now the Wheel of Fortune has come out. So let's just see what the clarifier for this Cups is. And then we have the World in reverse. So yeah, it's like maybe you don't want to close a cycle, or maybe you don't want to reunite with someone here, or you're not wanting to end a certain scenario with a friendship or a past relationship here, but you really don't want to address it. That's what I'm getting in your current energy. And what about the influence? What is the influencing energy for you here, Scorpio? You're not wanting to end, but you're not wanting to pursue it either. So King of Swords in reverse. Excuse me. So this is having trouble communicating, obviously. King of Swords in reverse is somebody that is cut off, cutting off communication. Maybe this is someone that you cut off communication with, or you haven't communicated with in a long time. You're trying to be logical about the situation, but it's a little bit, maybe you feel a little bit irrational when it comes to this situation. And I feel like it's from the past and you just don't want to repeat that cycle, but yet you're just not willing to totally close it out. So let's just get a clarifier on the King of Swords. We have the 4 of Cups in reverse. So this is like, not really weighing up the options, not really contemplating it anymore. It's like you're not thinking about it. You're cutting off communication with this past situation. And the base of the situation here, wow, the 4 of Wands in reverse. So I feel like there was, some upset, or there was lack of commitment in a situation. I'm really feeling like this could be potentially a relationship, because, when Mercury comes up, we think of our past relationship, and sometimes people come back from our past, that kind of thing. But this wasn't a stable situation. It wasn't a committed situation, really. And it's just, you could have thought it was your wish fulfillment here, and you just want some justice in the situation. You could have been dealing with an Aquarius or a Libra here, Scorpio. But you just wanted some justice in the situation. When things were like unstable and not really committed, you maybe seen this as your wish fulfillment, and now you just want some justice in the situation. Too many times again, good grief. It's popping out of there like crazy. Let's look at what's happened in the immediate past here. I'm a little late with my readings, but oh well. I have to do them when I'm feeling to do them, I guess. Okay, we have the Justice in reverse. You just feel like something is really unfair here. You want justice, but you haven't got it. You haven't got your just rewards. You don't feel like things aren't fair. Like you're not getting it coming back around to you here. And we have the Page of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles. I feel like, some of you could just be waiting patiently for this person to come back around. You could maybe checking them out on social media, or this could be them just kind of, checking you out or keeping tabs on you in some way. And it's just really not been fair. It's just been a lot of waiting is what I'm getting in the situation. And I really feel like it maybe does have to do with a person, a relationship potentially. Let's have your overall thoughts and attitudes, Scorpio. What is your overall thoughts and attitudes? Thank you. Wow, Six of Wands in reverse. So this is like feelings of kind of, when it comes to this person, it kind of makes you feel low. It makes you feel less than. It makes you feel like you have low self-esteem here with the Six of Wands coming out in reverse. You know, you don't feel appreciated. You don't feel held in high regard. And this is maybe you working through some of your own, building your self-esteem and coming out of this. But yeah, it's very hard to let go and close this cycle out because it's still kind of on your mind. But maybe this Mercury retrograde will help you do that here, Scorpio. Let's get a clarifier on that Six of Wands in your overall attitude here. Okay. And then you have the Three of Cups coming out. So it's like he is just wishy-washy kind of energy, right? So it's like you think you want to, but you really aren't taking any action towards it. So like you think about it, but you don't do it because you're just feeling like you don't want to be rejected. You want to be put in that situation again where you feel less than, but yet, you know, in your mind, it's like this would make you happy to reunite with this individual. And yeah, Mercury retrograde is just kind of famous for that. Even if that person is nowhere around, then you still will think of them and they'll come up as something that has to be kind of sorted, right? And in the near future, we have the Page of Wands. So I feel like, you know, you could be dealing with a fire sign for some of you, Leo, Aries, or Sag. But this is like, you know, going on a new adventure. This is kind of like a cheeky little monkey. This is somebody that is like a little bit mischievous, right? The Page of Wands, but it is, you know, this kind of little bit of spark of passion, whether it's a creative idea or something like that coming in for you. And we have the Magician just flipped over in here. So the Magician here is to do with manifesting what it is that you want. And you want a new adventure. You want to go on a new path. You want to kind of have that mischievous kind of thing going on is what I'm getting for this reading here. Let's see what your fears are, however, Scorpio, during this time frame. Let's see what your fears have been and what they are coming up in the next few days here. Let's see what your fears are. What are you fearing here, Scorpio? Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we'll take these two cards because they come out, Eight of Swords and the Page of Cups. So it's like almost feeling like the situation, you know, was too good to be true, or like what would you do if you got to that end-all be-all with the Ten of Pentacles where you got to that stability. You know, you're afraid of like worrying too much, overthinking, and really afraid of maybe putting yourself out there and making an offer. I'm just going to get one clarifier on these cards because they're pretty self-explanatory. It's kind of like, you know, what do you do? How do you, it's hard to put yourself out there, and it's like this too good to be true kind of fear that you think, oh yeah, I'll just start something and it'll seem so good, but then, you know, I'll be all caught in my head about it with that Eight of Swords and worried and that kind of thing. Yeah, we have the Three of Wands. I feel like this is, you know, you have some fears around future stability, around future love, and you're maybe overthinking the situation when it comes to that, when it comes to your stability and love offers as well. You're overthinking. And then in your environment, you have the Devil. Some of you could be dealing specifically with a Capricorn, but this is like someone, you know, is kind of, either someone in your environment is kind of obsessed with you and is kind of like got, you know, they feel like they're really passionate towards you here, or just in your environment, maybe you're surrounded by a bunch of people that just have like a bunch of horrible habits and you know, like, I shouldn't say horrible, but you know, like a bunch of bad habits and a bunch of addictions and things like that. And maybe you're surrounded by that. And whether that be, you know, over drinking, using drugs, or overeating, that kind of thing. And that's kind of in your environment, and you're just kind of struggling with that right now. Look at her with the KK. Oh. Anyway, we'll get a clarifier on too many. We'll get a clarifier on that Devil here. It's just that you're feeling powerless to change the situation is also what I'm getting. And like, I feel like you're really, wow. So I feel like you're really right now having to put up your barriers against this. Like, this is not something that you want for yourself. So like, you know, I feel like there's someone in your environment kind of egging you on to go against, you know, something that is, you know, that is a bit of a challenge for you, and a bit of maybe an addiction, or, you know, something that's a codependent thing. And you really are trying to stand your ground against whatever this is here. It can be just anything, you know, that somebody wants to take you on a shopping trip and you tend to overspend, or whatever it is. So in your hopes, you have the Hermit here. So I feel like with this card coming out in reverse, it's like you could be dealing with a Virgo, but also the fact that you feel you feel like it's enough time alone. You've had enough time to do inner reflection. You know, you don't really feel like you want to do that anymore. Maybe you really do want to get out there, but then yet not feeling good enough about yourself to put yourself out there is what I'm getting, Scorpio. Let's get a clarifier on that Hermit in reverse. It's like, okay, I've done this inner work and now I want to, you know, move on here. It's like I've been on my own enough. It's enough being on my own, right? Yeah. And then we have the Six of Cups here. So thinking about the past, you know, maybe you really are wishing that something comes back from the past here, Scorpio, that you can revisit. Maybe, I know you don't really want closure on it, but you do in a way too. It's a kind of wishy-washy type of energy. Okay, so let's see your outcome card. And in answer to your questions, we have the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is basically the same energy here. So it's coming out twice. So it's like really kind of, it's a strange depiction in this deck, but I do love this deck. The Seven of Wands is kind of like standing your ground. It's like being prepared. Like it's a little bit, you know, overkill, but there's a challenge, but you're up for the challenge, right? And you're standing your ground. People are trying to maybe sway you this way and that, but you're standing your ground is what I'm getting, Scorpio. Let's just get a clarifier on that Seven of Wands. But I would have to say, yes, in answer to your question, this is like the Hero's card, right? Like it's really, like obviously these people want what this person has. I mean, it's the same thing. They're coming after that energy. Look at that. Yes, beautiful. So we have the Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. I feel like, you know, this, you're bringing balance. You're balancing things out by doing this. It brings balance and it does lead to your wishes fulfilled, right? So you feel like, you know, you feel contentment, you feel happiness, you feel good how you are, and you're trying to maintain that balance without being swayed, you know, like you're trying not to be swayed. So let's just read what these cards have to say with this loving relationships. So I open my heart to love and joy and more gracefully through my relationships. It's safe for me to feel love for myself, life, and others. I allow universal love to permeate every cell of my body. I am worthy of love. I am love. I choose love. It's a message for you here. So, you know, might have to put yourself out there, Scorpio. Let's see, grounding with the root chakra. See what it has to say. So I am anchored in my physical existence and resonate in perfect harmony with the physical world. I am of the earth. I am of heaven. I root down and yield to the world around me. I connect with life-giving energies of earth and lovingly release lower vibrations to Gaia to be transformed. I am earth. Earth, I guess, is the word here. So yeah, just spending time in nature and just, you know, approaching everything with love. But I really feel like you might need to put yourself out there during this time frame to really get what you want. You're going to have to find balance, and you're really going to have to, you know, just stand your ground and really fend off some things that are quite challenging in your environment. To want to lead you down the garden path a little bit, maybe, or lead you astray, right? Don't let you know, anybody lead you astray here, Scorpio. And then we have letting go. Interesting. Okay, so letting go. I'm just going to read what it says in the book. So, you know, maybe do have to totally let go of this situation here that's in the center where it's like, I do and I don't kind of thing, hey? So let's just read what it says. You aren't receiving positive results because you're struggling too much to solve the problem. By letting go, you're opening yourself up to miraculous resolution. Problems are caused by human thinking and action. That's why problems aren't solved by additional human thinking and action. When we think hard or struggle to resolve a crisis, things can actually get worse. By drawing this card, you're being asked to stop the human struggle. Stop thinking about the problem, since a focus on negativity can manifest even more negativity. Say aloud or silently, I'm willing to surrender the situation to my Creator right now. By affirming this statement, heaven is able to intervene on your behalf. You will instantly feel relief and will be grateful to see how easily and naturally the situation resolves itself. So, yeah, I think we have to kind of let go in a situation, but kind of don't be led astray at the same time. Don't be, you know, taken off your target here, Scorpio, during this time frame. That is the reading I have for you. I really want to thank you for joining me. And if you do like these readings, please like, share, and subscribe, as well as let me know if it rings true in the comments section below. And I'll see you in the middle of May.